This week is Police Memorial Week, and once again we will gather on the waterfront to honor our own officers who gave their lives while serving the city of Portland. This year we will have a historical and interesting presentation. Through the hard work of the folks at the museum, we have discovered that the first Portland police officer killed in the line of duty, Officer Thomas O'Connor, is on our wall, but not the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. We have submitted a nomination to have him added. In addition, we were able to finally obtain a photo of Officer O'Connor, which we have never had before now. Recently, the members of the Portland Police Historical Society began researching possible duty-related deaths back to the 1800s. The work is ongoing, but they have since discovered 3 officers whose deaths fit the national criteria that we use. These officers have not been added to our wall prior to now, and so we have nominated these names to be added to the National Monument as well. I think it's only right that I share their stories publicly and with all of you so that they can finally be honored for their service. Glennlitzenberger was a Portland police officer who first began his tenure as a plainclothes officer in the Morals Squad. I imagine that's similar to our current Drugs and Vice Division or Street Crimes Unit. And by 1917, he became a motorcycle officer. On April 19, 1918, while on motorcycle patrol at 7th and Beach, he was struck by a vehicle and killed. He was 31 years old and left behind a wife. Officer James Wright was appointed to the Police Bureau in 1918. Jay, as he was called, started out on a walking beat and then in 1920 as a motorcycle patrolman. In 1921, he was assigned back to headquarters and responded to a welfare check. He broke down the apartment door of a Washington Street lodging house, which was standard procedure then, and found inside the body of a man who died of pneumonia. Regulations of the day meant that he had to stay with the body until it was removed, which took several hours. Jay went home that night and told his wife he was going to die, and 4 days later, he did in fact die of pneumonia. Jay was 36 and left a wife and 2 children behind. Gilbert Horton was appointed in 1910 to the Portland Police Bureau and was assigned to foot patrol in Albina and North Portland. He worked for many years, and in 1946, he was assigned to Union Station. Now 65 years old and in ill health, but because of the almost non-existent pension, he couldn't afford to retire. On December 23, 1946, he had arrested and was removing a drunk and disorderly woman from a train car when he collapsed in the Union Square lobby. He died within a few minutes of a heart attack. He was 65 and his wife preceded him in death, and he left behind 1 grown child. These men made the ultimate sacrifice, and this week we will honor them as well as many others. Some of those names are just engravings on a wall. A few are people many of us knew, officers we cared for, respected, and feel privileged to have known. If you can't make it to the memorial, join me in thinking about all of these Portland police officers this week as we continue to serve this city.